Hi, this is Brett Crane again, and this is another reflection on a quest for my EdTech 532. Seven ways to reward the brain. It was a video, a TED talk by Tom Chatfield. 7 ways video games engage the brain. He starts out the discussion by talking about the reward system of games and how that works, and basically moves into how we can farm that data and how games use that to farm that data to embed a reward system that engages people to continue playing, and proves that by talking about the many hours that people both spend time and spend money in game systems. But what he did was he comes up with 7 basically useful elements that he thinks it can be used outside of the game world or outside of a game environment, either in business, education, or government. And the one, of course, I'm going to focus on is education. But these 7 are in experience bars that measure progress incrementally. Number 2, multiple long and short-term aims or goals. Number 3, rewarding effort. Number 4, rapid, frequent, and clear feedback. Number 5, an element of uncertainty, and he talks about the reason for that is because you get those. Basically, it's surprise rewards, and I think it could be also in surprise testing, kind of the old style in pop quizzes that seem to have fallen out of fashion. But especially if you're picking the right people, as long as you're getting all the students set, but you're picking people that have just finished a particular topic on something that they're expert at, and being able to say, okay, you got a pop quiz, and they find reward from that. Then the whole idea is you have those dopamine levels because it's exciting that you got picked, you found success, and that you can therefore increase the engagement, which leads to what he talked about, finding those windows of enhanced attention where you're tapping into people's memory and building confidence because of their success. And then the seventh thing was that interaction with other people and how important that was. The reflection question was basically my initial impressions and how it might impact my approach to design games for learning. I think for designing games for learning, most of that's fairly obvious, since this is both for games, but if I'm designing a game, a lot of these things are almost no-brainers of doing those experience bars, having long and short-term goals, rewarding effort. The ones that start getting difficult is sometimes, I think, being able to farm the data accurately enough to reward and have that element of uncertainty and reward that for that enhanced that window of enhanced attention, and also designing a game that automatically is able to link other people, because sometimes the simplest game designs are so I guess individual in experiencing the game, and if you can do that and find ways to engage that learner in gameplay with other people. And sometimes that's not, I think, always so easy in an unsophisticated system. I think what's maybe more important is actually how to use these 7 things, not just in if I'm designing a game, but how do I link up points of curriculum in a whole system of maybe a semester of a class, so you're able to get that data and be able to accurately get that data for the entire semester of curriculum to be able to reach some of these points for rewarding effort, and that having that rapid, frequent, clear feedback, which are things that for teachers oftentimes I think they struggle with, because there's such a delay oftentimes in the input from the student and then getting the or essentially the points reward that the student is earning and that turnaround time. But if you can get that on a computer system, but I think how do you plug in the correct points for kind of like with 3D game labs that we're using, a lot of that is solved, but there's the element, especially if you're doing standards-based grading and making sure that you're hitting the right things, the standards that you're wanting to do with those students. So I think that's the key, and how to make it easy for the teacher to plug in those curriculum points in the organization of something like a 3D game lab. So I guess those are my impressions, and thanks very much.